Hello and greeting. My name is Muhammad Anas bin Ibrahim, and today I am going to talk about seaweed farming. My group has selected Malaysia as the country for the seaweed farming. In seaweed farming, historically, it began in Japan during early 1670 in Tokyo Bay. Japanese using a bamboo, the farmer will throw into a shallow water to collect the spores of seaweed, and then after a few weeks later, they will move the bamboo branch to estuary to help the seaweed grow with the nutrient. But in Malaysia, seaweed farming started very late at 1678 in Sabah. An American company named AQU4106 Limited introduced seaweed farming in Semporna by using Euchima species. And ever since that, seaweed farming culture has been continuously farmed by the local people with the help of the Department of Fisheries Sabah, as it is a reliable source of income for the locals. For your info, more than 60% of the export value was contributed by marine aquaculture, whereby seaweed was the second largest contributor after prawn farming with 33% and 48% respectively. Sabah is the main seaweed producer in Malaysia, and most of the total production is farmed off coast of Semporna, which is located at the east coast of Sabah. The objective from the seaweed farming is to build a systematic seaweed farm to sustain in the coastal area of Malaysia, and to be able to supply the dry and wet sea lettuce Ulva lactuca to the local and the domestic market, and perhaps internationally. So this is the seaweed farming company, which is Encik Ulva Enterprise. Encik Ulva Enterprise will be specialized in seaweed lettuce farm and supplier. This company based in the Port Dickson, Negeri Sembilan, Malaysia. This farm located at the shoreline at Teluk Kemang, Port Dickson. This is a local-made company with the driving factors in boosting the seaweed production in West Malaysia. So based on the organizational chart from Encik Ulva Enterprise, we'll be needing 5 workers comprised from secretary, farm manager, driver/labor, lab and 2 laborers. As we can see on the slide, this is the location of the Encik Ulva Enterprise seaweed farm. It is located at the east coast of East Malaysia. The reason for this location selected is it is very strategic, which is only 1 or 2 hours drive from KL, which is suitable for seaweed farm and to supply KL demand and safe from the monsoon. So Encik Ulva Enterprise will focus primarily in sea lettuce or Ulva lactuca culturing. The reason for the selection of the species is because of the variety of application of the sea lettuce in food, agriculture, pharmacology, biofuel, chemicals, and medicine. So this is the taxonomy and characteristic of Ulva lactuca. Ulva lactuca derived from kingdom Plantae, phylum Chlorophyta, class Ulvophica, order Ulvalus, family Ulvaceae, genus Ulva, and species Ulva lactuca. The characteristic of Ulva lactuca is a type of flat green algae of the family Ulvaceae, and it can found worldwide. The name derived from the physical appearance that look like a lettuce. It is bright in green in color with lobed ruffle-edged leaf that may resemble the head of the lettuce. It may grow up to 50 cm in length. So the morphology of Ulva lactuca is, we can see that it consists of large leaf like thallus and a holdfast, which is an anchor the seaweed to shell, rock or other materials. And you can see on the slide is the surface view showing pharonoid, the surface view showing marginal spine, the basal portion showing rhizonal disc, transverse section of thallus, transverse section of the thallus showing rhizoid. The life cycle consists of alternation of similar spore-producing diploid and gamete-producing haploid generations. A sexual reproduction is typically by accidental fragmentation. As for the reproduction, under natural condition, the diploid sporophyte sporulate in winter or early spring. This can be observed by a change of color and breakdown of the edges of the thallus. The spore grows into haploid gametophyte, which are morphology similar to sporophyte, which is like a sporophyte but a lot more smaller. A male and female gamete produced by gametophyte together form a two-end zygote which grows into sporophyte after germination. Germination is stimulated under low temperature combined with high light intensity. So the cultivation of Seaweed ulva from Encik Ulva Enterprise Seaweed Farm, we are doing two types of cultivation, which is open water and inshore. The seaweed will cultivate in both offshore and inshore. The inshore will be culturing the seedling and nursery of Ulva lactuca, and as the Ulva lactuca reaching juvenile size, it will be transferred to the open water to reach its harvest size. So this is the farm design of the Encik Ulva Enterprises. We can see there are loading bay, 2 storage room, office, 2 nursery, and the offshore consists of jetty, drying platform, and 12 farm. So the loading bay will be going for the export and import of any material or seaweed. There will be 2 storage room which consists of dry storage and wet storage, and the office for any managerial work. So this is the indoor and the open water farm design. On the left is open water, which is the growing of the sea lettuce to the harvest size, and for the right is the indoor farm, which is consists of the seedling and growing to the juvenile size. The duration of the cycle will be 3 months, and there will be 4 cycles per year. The maintenance of this operation will be seedling, nursery, and juvenile. After 3 months, the cultivated sea lettuce will be harvested by removing from the string and will be collected. Some will be dried on the drying platform and some will be stored in the storage room. The risk of the cultivation will be two, which is falls in water and predatory organism. Open water may carry falls that endanger the farm, and any wild algae or invertebrate resulting in competition. And some invertebrate or manatee will consume the sea lettuce. So based on my overview, the cost of the operation will be consist of 4 types, which is labor, operation, production, and infrastructure. So there will be 2 types of product from Encik Ulva Enterprise, which is in a form of dry and wet sea lettuce. Encik Ulva target buyer will be 3, which is local buyer, domestic export, and international. So the end product of sea lettuce will be 4, which is food, medicine, animal feed ingredients, and fermentation. So this is the advantages of sea lettuce, which is high distribution, fast growth, high stocking, and high tolerance. As for the discussion, in order to build a systematic seaweed farm which is sustainable, will be needing a supply of demand that which may increase with the help of increasing seaweed farm in the coastal area of East Malaysia. As we know, most of the seaweed production comes from Sabah, and that is sometimes hard to be supplied the demand in the East Malaysia due to the transportation which taking a longer period compared to existing farm in the East Malaysia. So, if there's any sustained seaweed farm in the East Malaysia, the demand of the seaweed in East Malaysia will be supplied and it will be increase the seaweed production as well as the market of seaweed. This is beneficial to the local farmer to improve their farm so that they will be benefit from this sector. So this is the reference. Thanks for watching.